Welcome to the Social Media Domination course for Christian content creators. It is my vision that at the end of this course, you would have been armed with ample information and knowledge for you to be able to build a thriving and purposeful brand on social media, even as you propel the gospel forward through the media. So I'm just going to be giving you a brief about myself as we kickstart this course and also prepare your mind for what to expect. All right, so I'm just going to read my bio. Allow me to toot my horn. So known for his charismatic demeanor, Fortuwobidi is a personal brand clarity coach, media evangelist, and digital brand and marketing maven, committed to helping young personal brands find their voice, maximize their potential, and turn their passion into profit, leveraging the digital media. In the past 7 years, he's worked with a laudable number of businesses and personal brands within and outside Nigeria, and helping them use social media to build a thriving brand. He is a certified social media marketer, content marketer par excellence, asset copywriter, and brand strategist based in the city of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And part of his core competencies in digital marketing include content marketing, social media marketing and management, brand strategy and marketing, SEO writing, email marketing, digital automations, copywriting, product and graphic designing, video editing, and brand storytelling, to mention but a few. He is a strong advocate for beating the status quo and succeeding amidst life challenges. When he's not in the digital space, he's usually seen practicing music or winning souls for Jesus. All right, so that's just a brief of my bio. The reason I'm doing that is so we get acquainted, so you know me and I know you, and then we're good to go. So I'm believing that if you're enrolled for this course, you're a Christian content creator, or an intending Christian content creator. You could be a pastor, a podcaster, a blogger, YouTuber, even a Christian musician. This course is custom tailored for. So I looked through the internet and I couldn't find any social media course that was tailored for the Christian community. All you're going to see out there is social media domination courses for businesses and brands. But I felt like I had lived in my spirit that we need to bring this back home and tailor it to the Christendom. And that was one of the things that propelled me to create this course. So this course, I'm not going to be just to prepare your mind ahead of time, it is going to be custom tailored to Christian content creators. So I'm going to be sharing from my wealth of experiences, both principles and practices that have helped me to build my brand and go viral multiple times across my social media platforms. All right, so that being said, I'd like to prepare our minds for this course. So these are the 5 must-have mindsets for this course. Number 1 mindset you must have if you are watching this right now, wherever you are in the world, is I can, so I will. So I need you to know that you can. You actually have the ability, you have the capability for you to actually leverage social media to build a thriving brand. The second mindset you must have is it's working for others, so it will work for me. All right. So there are other big wigs out there. There are people who people never even knew them like in the previous years, and then all of a sudden you just see them come to limelight through social media. So if it's working for them, it can work for you also. They don't have 7 heads, they have 1 head, 1 brain like you, all right? So if they're doing it, you can also do it. So that's the mindset you must have. The third mindset you must have is the do it against all odds mindset. That means regardless of the times, regardless of but I'm going to tell you the truth. Social media can be daunting. Social media can be quite challenging, because the moment you start, there are days you just feel some kind of burnout. Yeah, and sometimes the space can be toxic. So if you're not prepared for it, you may get discouraged. If you make a post and then you see 2 likes today, you see 1 like, or you see 0 like, you might get discouraged, all right? But just to prepare your mind for it, you do it against all odds. My pastor says, Pastor George is what he says, consistency is doing something when it is working, when it is not working, until it begins to work. So you have to do it against all odds. And the last mindset you must have is the have fun while doing it mindset, all right? Have fun. Enjoy every moment of your growth. Some of us, most of us, a lot of us, in fact, all of us who started our social media journey years ago, started at some point, from point A to point B to point C. We had the point where we make a post and we just see 0 likes or see 1 like, or we don't even see any comments at all. It used to be discouraging, but we still stay through the journey. And by God's grace, I look at my platforms now, I look at my videos. Some of you actually came from some of my videos. You may see me like all over the place. I get a lot of messages like, we see you, we see you. My videos on TikTok, my videos on Facebook, on Instagram going viral. I've had a video go over 20 million views. I've had another go over 8 million, over 400,000, over 300,000. And God has been just helping me, to get the word out there for Jesus Christ. So I believe you can do it, and I just want to charge you that you should have fun while doing it. I mean, your time is coming, so you're going to start at a point, and you're eventually going to get there, so long as you abide by the rules and the principles which I'm going to be sharing in this course. So without further ado, that said, let us look at the next thing here. What you need as you enroll for this course. Number one, you need a will. The fact that you're here right now, it means you actually intend to learn how to use social media for your brand growth, right? So obviously, I think number one has been ticked already. Number two, you need a good phone with a quality camera for a start. All right. I personally recommend iPhone. I love iPhone. I love iPhone because the camera quality is top notch, especially if you're going to be a content creator. You need a good camera. So if you're not using an iPhone, get a Samsung. If you're not using any, maybe Infinix, Oppo. I can't really vouch for other phones, yeah, but I can vouch for iPhone or Samsung because I use them. I have an Android, a Samsung, and an iPhone, so I use them interchangeably. Now, you might probably want to get a laptop if you can afford it. The third thing you would need is data, because social media thrives on data. So you're not going to be spending 5 gigs every month anymore. You're going to be spending like 20 gigs, 30 gigs, 40, if you're like me, 100 gigs per month. So something you need to like factor in ahead of time. But I can guarantee you, if you're consistent, you're going to see results over time. All right. Now the fourth thing you'll be needing is dedicated time, because social media thrives. Anything you give attention to grows. That's just the truth. And if you cannot give attention to a thing, don't expect any kind of growth, right? So you have to dedicate your time to it for you to see the results. And the fifth thing here you would need are gears, right? Physical gears, online gears. For example, you need a portable microphone, tripod stand, a ring light, or LED lights. If you can afford it, you can go on Google or Jumia. You can look for portable mobile phone microphones, because it's going to help you to get a good quality audio production. And the lights are also going to help you to get a good visual production. Then the fifth and the sixth thing, right? Yeah, content creation apps. You're going to be needing apps like Canva, CapCut, InShot, DLLO, name it. Or CapCut, you use it to edit your videos. Canva, you use it to create your social media graphics and all that. In this course, I think I'm going to touch a little bit on CapCut, because that people have been asking me, how do you make those videos? How do you get those captions rolling, those playful captions flying around? All right, I'm going to be showing you how to do that even in this course. All right, so without further ado, let us get right in to the nitty-gritty of why we are here today. So, module 1, building your foundation, right? Building your foundation. So, welcome to module 1 of our social media domination course. In this module, we will lay the groundwork for your success as a Christian content creator. Whether you are a musician, social media blogger, or whatnot in the Christendom, this course is for you. So in this module, we're going to be looking at a brief introduction. So as of January 2024, there were 5.35 billion internet users worldwide, which amounted to 66.2% of the global population. And of this total, we had 5.04 billion, or 62.3% of the world's population, were social media users. As organic reach decreases on nearly every platform, paid social media advertising becomes a must-use strategy for reaching your target audience. Learn more about social media advertising stats to inform your strategy. Total spend on social media advertising is projected to reach $219.8 billion in 2024. Wow, that's a huge amount of money, man. And then it's now projected that $255.8 billion of total social media ad spend will be generated through mobile by 2028. I think this is a whooping stat. Basically, when you're talking about social media ad spend, you're talking about the money spent on running adverts on social media. This is the estimated total that is going to be projected by 2028. So you can see that these stats above, they go to show the enormous role social media plays in our world today, and how much money goes in and out on a daily basis. Now imagine the possibility of being able to put your brand in front of thousands and millions of people. That's invaluable. So up next, we're going to be looking at the difference between social media and traditional media. And the first I have here is interaction. So social media allows for two-way communication and interaction between users and content creators. Users can like, comment, share, and engage directly with content. fostering dialogue and community building. Traditional media, on the other hand, typically involves a one-way communication where content is disseminated or passed across from the source. The source could be newspapers, television, radio, billboards, flyers, all right, that you see on the road. They are all part of traditional media. So where content is disseminated from the source to the audience without direct interaction, right? So the audience can't have that direct interaction with the source in real time. But two difference between social media and traditional media is audience reach. Now, social media platforms have the potential to reach a global audience instantly, transcending geographical boundaries. Now, your content can go viral and spread rapidly across networks, reaching millions of users within a short period of time. But traditional media, on the other hand, while still influential, often has a more localized or regional reach and may require more time and resources to reach a wider audience. So basically, for example, if you look at Wazobia FM, if you go to put your stuff on Wazobia FM, the chances of you reaching, let's say, China or London is almost zero. I don't know if there's a possibility. If there is, let me know. But I think it is zero because, this is like a local or regional media platform. For social media, on the other hand, you can literally make a post in 5 minutes and then it's already in the United States. And I'm talking from experience because I've had like some of my posts I made and then next 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, it's already trending in India, it's trending in the United States. And I'm like, oh wow. So the possibilities are endless. Now the third difference here is content creation and distribution. Social media platforms empower individuals and organizations to create and distribute content easily and affordably. Anyone with internet access can share text, media. The devil is a lie. Anyone with internet access can share text, images, videos, and other multimedia content instantly. Now, traditional media, on the other hand, typically involves a hierarchical production process where the content is first created, edited, and distributed by professional journalists, editors, and broadcasters, which can really be time-consuming. So social media makes it a lot more easier to get it out there. Now, number 4 is cost and accessibility. Social media platforms are generally more cost-effective and accessible than traditional media channels. Creating an account and sharing content on social media is often free, making it accessible to individuals and organizations of all sizes. In contrast, traditional media advertising and broadcasting can be expensive, limiting access to those with significant financial resources. You can't imagine how much people spend, people who have their shows regularly on radio stations and television stations, how much they get to pay for airtime. It's really crazy. If you invest that money in social media ad spend, you're going to get a lot of return on investment compared to what you're going to spend in traditional media advertising. Take that as an information for free because I can tell you from experience that it works. Now, the fifth difference here is timeliness and agility. Social media enables real-time communication and responsiveness, allowing users to stay updated on current events, trends, and developments as they unfold. Content can be posted and shared instantly, making social media platforms ideal for breaking news and time-sensitive updates. Meanwhile, traditional media, on the other hand, may have longer lead times and production cycles, making it less agile in responding to rapidly changing events. So basically, it's easier to get the word out there on social media. That's just what I'm saying here. For example, whenever I think about this timeliness, I think about platforms like Twitter, which is a microblogging platform. You virtually find any kind of news on Twitter. The Twitter trend table is always there, 247. Things are trending. Conversations are always going on. Tinubu did this, Tinubu did that. Pastor this did this and that. All right. So you can see that it's much more flexible than traditional media platforms. So overall, while both social media and traditional media serve important communication functions, there are differences in interactivity, reach, content creation, cost, and timeliness shape how information is passed across, consumed, and engaged with in today's media landscape. In our next lesson, we'll be looking at how to get started on social media, and we're going to start with identifying your purpose. Now, this is the heart of the social media journey, defining your purpose. Just as Jesus had a clear mission during his time on earth, it is vital for you to define what drives you on social media. Your purpose is the foundation upon which all your content and interactions will be built. Now, like Miles Murrow of Blessed Mary said, when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is what? inevitable. So identify your purpose on social media. Start by reflecting on your passions, your talents, and the message you want to share with the world out there. Consider the example of Lecrae, a Christian rapper who uses his platform to share his faith journey and promote positive messages through his music. Lecrae's purpose-driven approach has garnered him millions of followers and widespread acclaim on social media. So we're just going to look at a video from Lecrae. You will hear from him in a few, okay?
The reason why I decided to do this podcast is because people just don't wrestle with the gray areas. They don't wrestle with the nuances. A wise person.
All right.
The reason why I decided to do this podcast is because people just don't wrestle with the gray areas. They don't wrestle with the nuances. A wise person told me recently that nuance is made for community. Trying to navigate nuanced topics and conversations is difficult outside of community because you can't be clumsy online. No one is going to love you and understand. Everyone's just going to make snap judgments.
Okay, so you can see how he uses his platform to actually share his experience, his Christian experience, share his journey, and also give hope to people, his journey of faith out there. So you can see beyond just making rap music, he knows what he's there on social media to do. He's there to make an impact. He's there to leave a lasting impression. And you can see him doing it through this podcast series, which is starting. To apply this to your own journey, take time to reflect on what truly matters for you and how you can use your talents to make a positive impact. Now, craft a clear mission statement that encapsulates your purpose and aligns with your Christian values. For example, if you're a pastor seeking to reach a broader audience through social media, your purpose might be to share daily inspirational messages and biblical teachings to encourage and uplift others. So as you embark on this journey of discovering your purpose, remember to stay rooted in your faith and trust that God will guide you every step of the way. If you have identified the purpose for which you want to use social media to achieve, the next thing you need to do is to be clear on your goals. So let's go there. Now, setting clear goals is the foundation of any effective social media strategy. And like all goals, your social media goals as a Christian content creator must be SMART. That means they must be specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Any goal without a time frame attached to it is a mere wish. So let's say, for example, you want to get, for example, you saying you want to get thousands of online followers at the end of the year is vague. That's not a goal. But saying you want to get 12,000 followers in 1 year is a clear goal. Is it smart? Yes. Is it specific? Yes. Is it measurable? Yes. Is it attainable? Yes. Is it realistic? Yes. And is it time bound? Oh, yes, it is. All right. It is very, very possible. So this means you would need to get at least 1,000 followers every month for the next 12 months to reach your target of 12,000 followers at the end of the year, which is possible. So here are some goal ideas for Christian content creators. Number one goal idea could be providing daily devotionals to engage followers and foster spiritual growth. Aiming for a specific increase in daily engagement rates, maybe a 10% increase in your engagement rate. All right, so you're not just going to be putting content out. I like to call this a data-driven approach to social media content creation or social media marketing. You don't just put out content without actually having a mindset of, okay, what I want to achieve with this content that goes out there. So you're looking at a specific increase in your daily engagement rate. So let's say when you started making your daily devotionals, you're getting like 5 likes. You should be looking at getting like another extra 5 likes, maybe getting 10 likes, getting 20 likes, as much as you can carry. After all, the Bible says that the path of the just is like what? The path of the just is like the shining light that what shines brighter and brighter unto the perfect day. So you should be progressing and not retrogressing. All right. So that is one goal idea you could have. Another goal could be creating Bible study resources to facilitate deeper exploration of Scripture, with the aim of launching a new study series and achieving a certain number of sign-ups or downloads. So as you're starting this now, you're having at the back of your mind that, okay, this is something where you want, this is something you want to use to collect people's emails, collect their details. All right, you're looking for more sign-ups, you're looking for more downloads. It is a clear goal, it is specific. So you're not just putting out the Bible study resources out there for fancy. You're putting the Bible study resources out there because you want to get some sign-ups so that you can market to them later, or so that you can minister to them later, or so you can reach out to them. All right. Another goal idea could be launching a new podcast series to discuss faith-based topics and inspire listeners, with the objective of reaching a certain number of downloads or subscribers within a specific time frame. So let's say you start a podcast series where you're discussing about the love of God, you're discussing about the authority of the believer and all that, you're having a goal at the back of your mind that if you run this podcast series for the next 3 months, you should be getting at least 1,000 subscribers every month. So in the next 3 months, you should have 3,000 subscribers who are subscribed to that podcast series. That is the specific time frame. All right, it is a specific goal, it is measurable, and it is attainable. If you're going to get 3,000 subscribers in 3 months, that means you get 1,000 subscribers every month. And if you're getting 1,000 subscribers every month, that means you should further break down getting 250 subscribers every week. Yeah, so you're getting 250, you're good to go. That makes you 1,000. All right. So for pastors, your goals could be using live streams to connect with congregants unable to attend in-person service, aiming to reach a specific percentage increase in online attendance compared to previous in-person attendance. All right. So let's say when you start your live stream, you were getting like let's say 35 people watching. You want to aim to get to 100. You want to aim to get to 500. But then now I want to put out this I won't call it a disclaimer, or I think I'll just say it's a word of advice, a word of caution out there, because it's something that unfortunately I'm currently experiencing or kind of suffered from for years now. If you're streaming on a particular platform, let's say Facebook for example, and you're using copyrighted content in your live services, there is every likelihood Facebook is going to restrict your live streams. It is the sad reality. So for example, if you're a pastor, your church service, you guys sing your praise and worship, your drama team comes and they act their drama, they use a particular music from a particular artist, the dance team comes and uses like a particular music, maybe Moses Bliss, and they dance to it, and Facebook notices it, and because those songs already are copyrighted, you're going to get a strike for that. And the more you keep on getting strikes, the more your reach is going to reduce. It's going to get to a point whereby it will be almost impossible for you to break through a particular number of people viewing your live videos, unless you invest heavily in cross-posting. Now, what are cross-posting? Basically, you can pay influencers, you can pay all these gospel bloggers who have like millions of followers online, and they can help you. They can take the feed from your live stream, they can take the link and put it on their platforms, and then they can also cross-post your service when you're live, such that if you're live on your Facebook page, at the same time you're live on, let's say, Salvation Hub, you're live on Clinton Barrow, you're live on Rema channel, you're live on so many channels at the same time. But that's really capital intensive or cost intensive. So if you want to avoid that, you want to be careful about when you go live. One thing I would recommend you do is to put out a disclaimer. You let Facebook know that, okay, we do not own the rights to the songs that will be used or the songs used in this particular video. All right, all credits duly given. They may or they may not give you a strike, but let's hope, hopefully they will not give you a strike, because of recent I have been trying that and I have seen that it's actually working. I make a post and I know that that post has a copyrighted song. I usually put in the caption disclaimer, I do not have the rights to this to the song used in this video, all credits duly given. And I noticed that they don't give me a strike for it, so you need to do it. I wish I realized this earlier. Part of the things I'm suffering now with some of the brands I'm working with who go live, wouldn't be suffering it today. All right, so I'm just putting it out as a word of caution there. You're going live, you need to put out that disclaimer. If not, the moment you start getting strikes, you will pray heaven and hell and did I say heaven and hell? You will pray heaven and earth, and you're not going to break through a particular live stream views, because Facebook is going to restrict your viewership unless you pay for cross-posting, and that costs money. The likes of NSPPD, okay, let me not say NSPPD, Next Level Prayer, Bolaji Dowan, they pay influencers, gospel influencers. They have like contracts with these blogs, all right, that cross-post their prayers when they are live. So that's why you get a lot. You get to see that they have a lot of people viewing the services in real time. All right, that's one hack you can actually use. Otherwise, be careful when you put your content out there. I think I've dwelt on this particular point. The next one is sharing weekly sermon highlights and reflections to encourage ongoing spiritual growth, with the goal of increasing engagement rates and receiving a certain number of comments or shares. All right, so as you're putting out these your sermons, you're looking at okay, you want to see that this week, okay, you got like 10 shares, next week you want to get like 20 shares. So you have to look for ways to actually have and make that happen. So it's a clear goal, it is specific. Next thing is hosting virtual prayer sessions to foster community support and intercession, aiming to increase participation rates and prayer requests submitted during each session. So you will notice if you're somebody who prays a lot, does online prayers, you're going to notice you can never run out. If you're somebody who, and I'm going to give you this idea for free because I also do this quite on my platforms a lot, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff. I pray for people, make those videos, and I put them out there. You're going to notice that in the comment section, people will be dropping their prayer requests, even as you're praying for other things. Now, a wise person, a smart way to actually harness that to keep the balls going is to take those prayer requests and make specific videos for each of those prayer requests, as many as you can. That forms another content, another prayer content. So let's say somebody in the comment section says, okay, Pastor, pray for me, or pray for me, I'm believing God for the fruit of the womb, this and that. You pray, you respond to the comment there. Then later, go and make a video, prayer for those believing for the fruit of the womb, and you post it out there. All right, that forms another content, and you're still ministering. See, God sent us to go all out into the world and preach the gospel. But how you do that is up to you. I keep telling people that our work with God is not a dictatorship; it is a partnership. So you do your part, He does His part. If you don't do your part, you're not going to achieve anything. So you have to look at creative ways to actually market the gospel. What's the act of the apostle? Act of the apostle, just the creative ways they manifested God. The acts, not the acts of God. The acts of the apostle. Acts of the apostles. Creative ways of marketing Jesus. Creative ways of marketing God. In this day and age, social media is one of the ways to creatively market God. So social media can even be added to the Acts of the Apostles written in this present day and age. People are doing great exploits for God on social media. Never ever had there been a time where somebody will be praying online and you get like hundreds of thousands of people watching a prayer service live. It has never happened. I'm talking about Pastor Jerry Eze of NSPP. He has broken the record. All our fathers of faith and our ancestors of faith, none of them, even down to the apostles, ever recorded that. So it is another act of the apostle written in this present day and age. All right. So I want you to see social media with a different point of view henceforth. A lot. I can't tell you testimonies I've received on my platforms. I've had people who attend my local church right now, who came from my own my personal platform, not the church platform. One moved from Lagos all the way to Port Harcourt from just my platform, City Magnet TV. All right, so a lot can actually go on. I think I've overdwelt on this. Now let's go to Christian musicians. So your goal ideas could be releasing weekly worship song covers to uplift and inspire followers with the aim of achieving a specific increase in views, likes, and shares on each cover video. All right, you can have that all planned out. You want to get like 5,000 views on this video. What are the things you're going to be doing? Because the moment you have like a specific goal in mind, you want to get 5,000 views. The next thing you start asking yourself, how do I get this done? That's where strategy now comes in. And that's to ask yourself, okay, I'm going to leverage my connections or my network. I'm going to share to my friends. I will get my friends to share this and all that. It's going to help to create that ripple effect to have more people view it. Or I could influence it. If I have the money, I buy. I pay for ads. I run Facebook ads. I run Instagram ads for Facebook to show the video to more people so I can hit my 5,000 this thing. All right. Next is hosting virtual concerts or worship nights to engage fans and spread positivity with the goal of selling a certain number of tickets or reaching a specific number of attendees. These are clear goals. All right. Recently, I noticed that quite a number of my friends and my brothers in faith have been doing that. The likes of Daniel Soha, Williams, and Mr. Success in my local church, Gate International Church. So they do virtual concerts, they do virtual worship meetings. Those things, they keep your ministering to people, but you're not just ministering to people alone. You're keeping yourself relevant and consistently in the faces of people. You don't need to have a brick and mortar building. You don't need a brick and mortar building. I tell people, see, okay, recently, I'll just share my story of my testimony. Recently, I got ordained as a pastor in my church by the grace of God and all that. But I didn't really see it as, I more or less saw that as, okay, an endorsement for men, all right? For me, I've always known that, okay, this is something I'm called to do, and I have been working in alignment with that since on my social media. long before now. Like I'm talking about long before now. I have been consistently putting out content to edify people on social media. So if you check my bio, you're going to see media evangelist and media evangelist and pastor. I've been doing it since. I told one of my friends, my brothers in faith, I said, you don't your look beyond this place you are physically. This is not your audience. The people you are called to it cannot be in this geographical location. Do you know what it means to have 500,000 people or 400,000 people seated in a hall and you're praying for them, or you're ministering to them, or you're preaching to them or something? Do you know how much you will spend to get that? I was telling him, I was sharing my story with him. I was like, I was saying some of my videos that go really, really viral. You can see people in the comment section and see over 400 and something thousand people that are connected or that have watched that particular prayer video. And I asked, I said, do you know how much it will cost to rent a hall that can house these people? So social media just gives you that opportunity. So keep on showing up. It keeps you relevant. All right. Now the third thing now as a musician is collaborating with other artists on music projects to reach new audiences and amplify your message. Now aiming for increasing your follower count and music stream through cross promotion. You know what happens each time you collaborate with other artists? You get your brand seen by other eyeballs. All right, people who didn't know you before, but they know this artist and they love this artist. And if your delivery is good enough in that collaboration, they will follow you. So collaboration is one of the things you have to be intentional about. All right, even Jesus Christ modeled collaboration while he walked the earth. He didn't walk alone; he had his disciples. All right. So that being said, let us look at, after establishing our goals, the next thing as a follow-up is to choose the right KPIs. So once you've established your goals, it is time to select key performance indicators to align with your objective. Now, what are key performance indicators? They basically let you know what success is for you on social media. So what I would call success and what you would call success on social media are not the same thing. For example, if I establish that I want to use social media to make money, all right, and I am getting like 5,000 followers, 10,000 followers, and I'm not making any money, I am not successful on social media by my own standards. But if you, for example, your goal is like get 10,000 followers, 50,000 followers, and you're making money and you're not getting the followers, you're not successful on social media. The money regardless, because that's not the right KPI that you set for yourself. All right. So when you have your goals, you also set KPIs corresponding to those goals. All right. Now here are some KPIs to track for creators. Engagement metrics such as likes, comments, and shares on inspirational posts with the goal of achieving a certain percentage increase in engagement rates. So as you make a content, you're looking at how many people actually liked this content, how many people commented on it. If I put out an inspirational content, how many people actually responded to it? So you need to track that so you can know if you're making progress or not. The second thing to track is your reach and impressions to gauge the overall visibility and impact of content, aiming for a specific increase in reach over a defined period of time. Now, if you look at the screenshots I have here by my right, and by your right, I believe too, you're going to see reach is different from impressions. You see a reach, this particular post I made, it's got to 74,922 people, not paid traffic, 100% organic. Now this is the reach, but you see that the impression is slightly above it. The impression is 77,768. So what this simply means is that your reach is the number of accounts your posts or your profile got to. Your impressions, on the other hand, is the number of times the post or your profile was seen. So what this simply means is that one reach can give you more than one impression. If I see your post 2 times, it becomes 2 impressions, but the reach should be 1 because it got to only me. If I see it 500 times, it becomes 1 reach, 500 impressions. All right. So that's the difference between reach and impressions. Now, another KPI you can track is conversion rates for signups, exclusive content or digital resources with objective of increasing the conversion rate by a certain percentage. So if you're going to be selling, let's say you have your ebooks you want to sell, you have like some videos, some inspirational content, or your courses you want to sell. You're looking at getting people to sign up to get those exclusive content. So So you're going to be looking at how many people actually signed up for it. If you were targeting 100 people, did the 100 people sign up? Did you get 50? So these are KPIs you can track to measure the success of your social media endeavors. Right? KPIs to track for pastors can be attendance and participation rates for virtual services and events. So how many people actually attended and watched your online services when you were live? Right? So if 10 people watch today this particular service, you need to be aiming to get more people actually see it. How many percentage are you looking at? All right. Another thing to analyze is the feedback and sentiment analysis. You measure the impact of sermons and teachings. Now, there's what we call sentiment analysis on social media. What is the ratio? Sentiment analysis is basically the ratio of negative to positive sentiments that you get about your brand on social media or about your post on social media. Each time you make a post on social media, people are judging, people are making judgments about that particular post. That's the truth. So you need to, what is your feedback and sentiment analysis? These are things you have to actually track. If I make a post now, how many people are responding well to that particular post? What are the comments like? Are they negative comments? Are they telling me to get a life or to do something else or to look for another talent? So you need to measure the word sentiment analysis to know how your content is doing. And if you're getting good sentiment, a positive sentiment from your content, from your post, it means you need to double down on those kind of posts. So if I make a post, for example, for those of you who have been following me for a long time, you notice I started making a particular kind of content. The first time I made that content, that when that particular one went viral, got over 100 and something thousand people. The next time I made another one, it got over 100 and something thousand people. I kept on making that kind of content till the last one I made recently. In 6 days, got me 100. In 6 days, got me 428,000 people. I'm still counting as I'm speaking with you. All right. So these are things that I was able to do, and I was able to track. All right. So here are some KPIs to track for musicians, Christian musicians. You want to look at views and engagement metrics on your music videos and performances, aiming for a specific increase in views, likes, and shares on each release. Another one could be your growth in followers and subscribers across your social media platform, with the goal of achieving a certain percentage in increase in followers over a different period of time. So if you are getting like, let's say 500 followers, all right, 500 followers per month, you want to be looking at an increase, getting like 1,000 followers. And it is very, very possible. It is possible for you to even get 5,000 followers in 1 week. I got up to 10,000 from 1,000 followers on TikTok in less than 2 weeks. No kidding, in less than 2 weeks. So it is very possible. I've had one of my account go over 20,000 in 4 days. Like 20,000 followers in 4 days. So these things are possible. So long as you master the art of creating viral content, you're good to go. You can even make as much as 1 million followers in a day. And I'm not even kidding. You can ask the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo. All right, but that's the topic for another day. Another thing you can track, another KPI you can track is sales and streaming statistics for your released music albums and singles. Now you need to aim for an increase in music sales and streaming numbers by a certain percentage. All right, so these are just a few of the KPIs you can track to measure the success of your social media. Remember what I said earlier, that success for me on social media is not success for you on social media. What I may term as success and yours is not the same. If I'm looking to make money on social media and I'm getting followers without making money, I'm not successful. If you're looking to get more followers and you're making money, you're not getting the followers, you're not successful. Okay, so I believe we've gotten that. So in our next lesson, we'll be exploring how to understand your audience and tailor content to resonate with them. Right? So understanding your audience is key to creating content that resonates with them and fosters meaningful connections. Now take inspiration from ministries like Hillsong Church, whose social media strategy focuses on engaging their global audience through vibrant worship content, inspirational messages, and behind-the-scene glimpses into church life. So now let's look at a video from Hillsong. Let's look at a video from Hillsong as a case study.
When I call you Rose, people with deep conviction, united in community and fueled by the power of the Holy Spirit. See, together is what it's all about. I'm believing we're going to pray together. I believe we're going to celebrate more together. I believe we're going to eat together. We're going to worship more together. We're going to give together. We're going to laugh together at times. We're going to weep together at times. We're going to mourn. And ultimately, we're going to fulfill the mission God has called us together.
So you can see how creative they are in giving us a glimpse into their behind the scene in the church, and also because they know they're reaching a global audience who may not have attended the church before, but they give us that feeling of what it feels like to be a member of Hillsong, what it feels like the church culture. They show us through their content creatively, and they are able to market the gospel in ways that connect us. All right, so this is something that you need to be very, very intentional about. So you need to know your audience in order for you to create compelling content that would attract them or resonates with them. To apply this to your own journey, you need to take out time to research and analyze your audience demographics, interests, and needs. Okay, so basically, let me just show you how to know your audience demographics. For example, if you have like a certain amount of followers, you can actually check your Facebook professional dashboard. So this is mine. Just scrolling through to show you. You can see down here under followers, you can see top countries, you can see the age, you can see the gender, the sex, and all these things. It helps you to understand where your audience is coming from. So for example, now if you check on your Facebook or your Instagram or wherever, and you see that you have more people between the ages of 18 to 25 following you, and you're going to create content for our fathers who are like 65 and above, you can be sure you will not get any engagement. They will start unfollowing you because that content does not resonate with them. On the other hand, if you're having older people and you're creating content for teenagers or for children, they will unfollow you. So you need to always, I told you when we first started, whenever you're making your posts on social media, you should make your post with a data-driven approach. All right, a data-driven approach. You need to understand the people you're reaching out to because it's about them and not you. Two people you must please if you want to go viral on social media. You must please your audience and you must please the algorithm. And can I even simplify the process for you? Your audience and the algorithm want the same thing. They want value. They want things that they actually resonate with. Things that will keep them more on the platform because the algorithm is looking for content that keep people more on the platform. And the audience are looking for things that would engage them on the platform. And if they're not getting any of that, they will unfollow you. And if they unfollow you or they don't engage with the content, the algorithm on the other hand will feel like you're not giving enough value or your content does not resonate with your audience, and they're going to limit your reach. Right? So one of the ways to know your audience is by conducting surveys or posts to understand your followers' preferences for content types and formats with the aim of tailoring content to their specific needs and interests. For example, you can put out a poll on your Facebook or wherever on your social media and ask them, okay, when are you mostly active online? Morning, afternoon, night. You're going to see quite like diversities in responses. You're going to see some people go for the night, some people go for the morning. Look for the one that has more percentages and then try to make posts at that particular time. You can make out surveys and say, okay, what kind of content do you want to see me post more often? Do you want to see me post prayers? Do you want to see me post sermons? Do you want me? Just ask them. Ask questions, because the truth is that God is not on social media. It is human beings that are on social media. But God uses you as a channel to reach out to those human beings on social media. But to reach out to them, you have to appeal to them. And how do you appeal to them? First of all, by giving them what they want. All right, you give them what they want, they trust you, they love you, then you can now give them other things that they may not even know they want or they need. All right, it's all about intentionality. So ask questions, ask from them, engage in active dialogue through the comments, pay attention to what they're saying in your comment section. Like I told you, for those of us who make prayer content a lot, if you're making prayer content, you're going to see in the comment section as people are saying amen, amen, amen. You can see somebody will say, pray for me, pray for me, I'm believing God for the fruit of the womb. Pray for me, I want to experience financial breakthrough. If you're a smart person, you would take out that prayer points that they put on your comment section and make a video tailored to that one. That is what I do. You can never run out of content for that. And you're ministering to people because people are getting blessed by it. Alright, so pay attention to what your audience is saying. Analyze their demographics, their age, their gender, the location. Alright, So you do that through understanding your insights, which I've already showed you. And there are also platforms, third-party platforms, that you can use to know more about your audience insight. But I'm going to look at that when we get into the nitty-gritty of this course. This is just model 1. So more models, we're going to look at all the things. So if you've watched the course up until now, I believe you've been able to learn a thing or two about how to get started on social media as a Christian content creator. Mind you, the way we use social media as Christians is totally different from the way the world uses social media. For us, social media is not just a tool for catching crews and all that, but it is ministry to us. So whether you're a gospel musician, a pastor, a vlogger, I'm watching this right now, this course is for you. So I'm going to be revealing the strategies I use to grow my brand and other Christian brands that I work with or have worked with over the years. So as you can see on my screen, one of the things I love to do is to show people that I am not just somebody talking out of theoretical knowledge, but someone who has actually walked the talk. So I don't just make empty promises. I tell you things that I have actually done for myself and I've seen work in my life before I try to teach it to other people. As you can see on my screen, this is my TikTok insights. In the last 60 days, you can see my post views have gotten over 1.6 million people. I've had profile views over 10,000, and then you can see the likes here is 427, I beg your pardon, 1,000 people who have liked my content on TikTok. This is just my TikTok alone. I'm not even talking about my Facebook, that I have like multiple videos that have done over 100,000 views. Currently, you can see this one here is about 567,000 plays. And can I even shock you? This 567,000 plays was just in, I think, 6 days to about 2 weeks for me to get up to this point. You can see this one I have here is 163,000 plays. If you go through my Facebook profile, you're going to definitely see a lot of my content that have gone viral over and over again. And as you can see on my TikTok account, you see 26.3k. It literally got from 1k. Okay, in previous years, I wasn't really so intentional about my TikTok. My most active platforms have always been Facebook and Instagram and then YouTube. But this year, I decided to become more intentional with my TikTok. So you can see this, it got from 1,700 and something followers to 26,000 in less than 2 months. I'm not kidding you, in less than 2 months. And you can see the yellow side highlighted here. You can see that my videos have done, okay, this particular one is 653,000 views. This one here is 266,000 views, and the views are still counting every single day. Now, I don't just want you to believe, or I don't just want you to feel like, okay, you're doing this because of the views, or you're doing this because you just want to go viral and all that. No, the Bible says that his city will be what spread what abroad. So true prosperity, obviously. Now we're talking about prosperity in the digital landscape, all right, because this is some kind of prosperity. I don't know how you see it, but I see it that way. I feel like whatever I'm doing on social media is reaching out to people for Jesus Christ. But I mean, the measure of my impact can only be felt in the number of lives that I've been able to reach out to on social media. So, I mean, I've seen a lot of testimonies. I get a lot of testimonies. People coming to my DM saying, okay, your prayers worked. This is my testimony since I started following you on social media. I used to be addicted to this, but this is no longer happening to me. Countless number of testimonies. So now imagine what you can do as a Christian content creator with just social media. The Acts of the Apostle is being written today in this day and age. What is the Acts of the Apostle? Basically, creative ways of manifesting God and marketing God. And now social media has given you that opportunity right at your fingertips. All right, so I'm going to be showing you and walking you through the process of how you can actually grow your brand on social media, whether you're a pastor or a Christian musician, a blogger, or whatever. So long as you're a Christian content creator, I have got you covered. So if you've been wondering, okay, what to post to go viral, content ideas, for gospel musicians, for example, how can you market your brand out there on social media? How can you keep yourself relevant in a competitive marketplace? I have got you covered. So without further ado, let's just go right to the next slide. All right, so some of the things you'll be learning in this course in the next 5 modules, because you've already done module 1. So I'm just going to get you right into the next 5 modules. You're going to be learning content marketing, crafting viral worthy content. I'm going to be showing you the laws of virality. I'm going to be showing you proven principles to get your content seen on social media. I mean, literally, I've had like some of my content go viral in like 2 days, 24 hours. In fact, I had a video go over 20 million views in less than 4 days. And that video alone gave me over 20,000 followers on one of my accounts. Yeah, on one of my accounts. And that's not, it's not really like a gospel content anyway, but it still got me viral. So I know what works. I haven't been on the social media landscape for years. I mean, since 2017, I've been doing this. So I mean, I should be a veteran by now. Okay, just kidding. So I'm just going to be sharing with you how you can leverage that and grow your own brand. And yeah, this is valued at 100,000 naira. That means, what I mean by value, that if I was going to teach you this, as in the things I actually taught in this course, as standalone, I'm going to be charging you 100,000, because what you're going to be learning from it is what is going to help you to stand out on social media with your content. You're also going to be learning about content scheduling, how to maintain consistency on social media, and a lot more. You're also going to be learning copywriting basics, and this is valued at 50,000 naira. All right, it's the basics, but it's going to be valued at 50,000 naira because this is tailored to the Christian community. So I'm not just going to be showing you things that would not be relevant to you. There are things that actually would be relevant to you. A lot of those big gospel media influencers you see out there, I'm going to be sharing with you the secrets they use, right from their thumbnail captions, on YouTube, some hacks that you can actually use to get your content easily clicked on social media. I'm also going to be sharing you how to build a strong brand as a Christian content creator, and it's valued at 70,000 naira. All right, you're going to be learning about understanding the algorithm, because if you do not understand the algorithm, you wouldn't know how to please the algorithm. And I always tell my students that there are two people to please on social media: your audience and the algorithm. It's never really about you. It's about your audience and the algorithm. And can I tell you the shocking truth? The algorithm and your audience actually want the same thing. The algorithm wants people or creators who can keep people more on the platform. The audience, on the other hand, they want to consume content that is worthwhile, that could keep them engaged on the platform. So if you're able to do this, then rest assured you're definitely going to get in the good books of the algorithm. I'm also going to be sharing with you my personal social media blueprint. So I'm not just going, information, you could get it anywhere. You could just Google up stuff online and you just get it. But you do not pay for information, you pay for experiences. If you must take anything from this, you do not pay for information, you pay for experiences. So basically, you're not going to be paying me for my information I give to you, but you're going to be paying me for my experiences. So I'm going to be holding you by the hands and showing you what I actually did and what I still do for myself and for other brands I work with, to help you grow your brand on social media. Next thing you're going to be learning is understanding Facebook content distribution and the recommendation system. It can really be crazy. It can really be crazy putting out a lot of content on Facebook and you're not getting much visibility. I'm going to be showing you how the distribution works on Facebook. You're going to be learning what connected distribution is. You're going to be learning what unconnected distribution is and how you can leverage that. You're going to be learning about network identities. I know these things may be sounding like French to you right now, but don't worry. If you stay and if you actually enroll for this course, you're going to be learning every single thing I talked about. You're also going to be learning how to super secure your Facebook account. I get tired of people meeting me, telling me my account has been hacked. My account has been hacked. I can't remember the number of accounts I've actually recovered that were hacked. But here you're going to be learning how to secure your account from being hacked by yourself. And I'm valuing this at 10,000 naira. You're also going to be learning crisis management on social media. All right. So you're going to be learning how to deal with criticisms. You're going to be learning how to deal with trolls, because whether you like it or not, you're going to see all those stuff on social media. And Jesus Christ said that the world hated Jesus Christ. So definitely they're going to hate us as Christians. That is the sad reality. But you're going to be learning how to deal with crisis online, and because you need to learn how to manage your reputation. Online reputation management is one of the key things you must know how to do if you want to build a thriving brand online. So you're going to be learning crisis management on social media and how to stay safe and protect your mental health. And in addition to this, you're also going to be learning smartphone videography basics, because people ask me, "Oh, Fortune, how do you create your content? What app do you use? How do you go about adding the effects and all this and blah 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 and whatnot?" You're going to be learning how to do it yourself. So whether you're a pastor who is not tech savvy, you've never done video editing before, you don't know jack about video editing, you're basically going to learn how to do it for yourself without breaking the bank. All right, and all these are valued at 665,000 naira in value. I kid you not, 665,000 naira in value. But there is a twist to this. There is a good side to this. You may not necessarily need to pay this amount. I mean, it's outrageous considering how the economy is right now in Nigeria. So I'm going to be doing you a favor. Tada! The course actually goes for 25,000 naira, the original fee. But currently I'm doing a promo, so you're supposed to pay 7,000 naira only. Only 7,000 naira. Literally, this is money you could spend on your data that will get finished in less than a week. So you're going to be paying 7,000 naira and you're going to be getting all these. You're going to be getting all these things I talked about here that are valued for 665,000 naira for only 7,000 naira. But let me even tell you what's going to be more interesting now. For those who are going to be paying in the next 24 hours, you don't need to pay 7,000 naira. Yeah, all you need to pay is 5,000 naira. All right, so I'm giving you that discount for you to take the action now. If you're going to be paying in the next 24 hours, you just need to pay 5,000 naira. But if 24 hours elapses after this video, you're going to be paying 7,000 naira till the promo is over. And if you do not meet up the promo time, you're going to be paying 25,000 naira next. So you can save yourself the hassle by just enrolling now. All right, so if this sounds good and you would like to take your action now, the ball is in your court. The next thing you need to do is to reply to the WhatsApp number you actually started chatting with to get the link to this course. So just reply with watched, and my chatbot is going to reply to you instantly and tell you what next to do so you can get access to the course immediately. Yes, I have a chatbot. He's the one that is going to be chatting with you, and you're going to get access to the course immediately. The moment I come online, all I would just be doing is just to follow up on you and see how far you've gone. So thank you guys for staying true. I hope to see you in the next module. So if you want to connect with me ahead of time, you can find me on Facebook. This is my Facebook page, King Fortune Wobidi, and I'm at 81,000 followers now. I've pretty been a little bit laid back of late, but okay, oh well. That's my Facebook page. And you can also connect to me on my Facebook profile. Currently, I am at 9.3K. I'm verified on Facebook. Yes. All right. And you can also connect with me on TikTok. This is my official handle at Fortune Wobidi, and on Instagram at Fortune Wobidi. Thank you so much, guys. Hope to see you in the next model. Have an amazing day, guys.